guys, welcome back to Morsel Media. And today we're going to be reviewing The Mandalorian Episode 7. I'm Mike.
I'm Matt.
And we're going to get started. Alright, so, Episode 7.
The penultimate episode.
It begins with the Mandalorian getting a message from Grief Karga on his little hollow cam.
He's literally getting grief.
Yeah, right? So, Grief is pretty much like, I want you to come back to Navarro, the planet. I want you to bring the child with us. We will protect you while we take you to the client, and we'll give you the.
Yeah,
wait, does he say we're going to kill him?
We'll clear your name.
Yeah, he said we're going to kill the client.
Right.
Like, we need the client dead, so we're going to kill the client.
Right, he's coming after us hardcore.
Yeah.
We're in deep.
Yes.
We need your help. Come do this, and not only will you be handsomely rewarded, I'll clear your name with the guild.
With the guild, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mandalorian is like, alright, I'll do that, but...
He wants to build a team first.
Yeah, but he doesn't tell Grief Karga that. So he goes back to that whatever planet that was with the Ugnaught, whose name we end up finding is Quill, yeah. Quill, something like that.
Quill.
And he convinces him to come along, but first he convinces Cara Dune.
Yeah, so
he goes back to that other planet.
Right.
He does not stop by and visit the Hot Widow. No, he does not visit Hot Widow.
Hot Widow.
He just goes to Cara Dune, who he comes across in the midst of fisticuffs, but like
gladiator,
yeah, like gladiatorial sort of combat, but not like on a big scale.
It's bar fighting.
Yeah, it's a bar fight. It's a paid bar fight.
Fight club.
Yeah, it's like bare knuckle boxing. There we go.
It's like remember like X-Men, original X-Men. It's like
it's bare knuckle boxing, except that they're connected by the navels.
A leather
electro leather or something. I don't know what it is.
It's some type of
tether.
Excuse me. It's some type of tether.
Yeah.
But you can see that it expands, but they can use their hands to
without really hurting themselves.
Without getting hurt.
Because that's how she takes him out. She strangles him with it.
Right.
It's this big Zabrak. It's like twice the size of Darth Maul.
Yeah, he's huge. And she takes him. I mean, it's a good fight. She takes a couple hits. She gives as good as she gets.
Yeah.
She wins in the end.
Yeah. So Mando convinces her to come along. They go back to the Quill's planet. They convince him as well.
Right.
He's like, I'm going to come. It's fine.
But I'm taking...
He says, yeah, that's fine. I'll join you.
Right.
And he's like, but I'm going to take the blurgs.
Right. And IG-11.
And IG-11. Oh, yeah, IG-11.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he also reprogrammed IG-11 to be a nurse droid.
Yeah.
Which was interesting.
It was very
and IG-11 serves them tea.
Yes.
Which I thought was cute as hell. Like, hey, I just tried to kill you a couple episodes ago, but I don't really remember that. But you told me about it, and I kind of got to believe you because I know I was reprogrammed. Yeah. But, tea?
You're right. And it's still got the ominous red.
Yeah, the ominous red eyes.
It still looks very menacing.
So, Quill, IG-11, 3 blurgs have come along, and Mando's like, God damn it. He's like, I've spoken. Quill's like, I've spoken. So, all right. So I didn't like how Cara and Quill got into it and went back and forth a little bit the whole episode. I get it. I got it. Okay, but he was an indentured servant. That's one step above a slave.
Right.
Are you supposed to just
die?
Yeah. You're supposed to give up or whatever.
Yeah, just
and he said he did it for 3 human lifetimes.
Right.
So get off his back. Cara,
I can also see Cara's point though, because he is alive because he served the Empire.
But if it's 3 human lifetimes, okay? He was around well before the Empire was even the Empire. He was still in the Old Republic.
Yeah, forced in.
I'm just saying, he was still in the Old Republic. So that's where I get I'm a little on that whole thing. That's why I didn't want to really get into it, but
I don't know that time.
It's
detail.
if it's 3 human lifetimes. You're
talking about almost the 200.
I mean,
260 to 300 years.
At this point in the story, I think it's only been 35 years since A New Hope.
Okay.
Or no, since Order 66.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This is only 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Which was 20 something years after.
Yeah. So it's
Order 66. Yeah.
So I mean, So I guess when you're as deep into the lore, you recognize that. To me, it was just I'm looking at it from I see the Ugnaughts' point, Quill's point, But I also see Cara Dune's point, because she's sitting there like, you know, you sir, like, you might have been indentured, but you still served the Empire. You know, it might not have been your choice, who you were serving, but you still made the choice once you knew who you were serving to continue to do that. And how many like weapons or whatever did he fix or build himself that caused destruction somewhere else?
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't mind it. I thought they played into it a little too much. Where I think in that sense, where it's like a do or die type of thing, where, you know, we have to succeed or we're dying. If we don't try, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you're walking towards the gallows. I think they would have accepted each other a little bit quicker, especially since the Mandalorian was fully comfortable with both of them.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I think that the presence of the Mandalorian would have influenced either one of those characters to kind of just be like, whatever.
Yeah. It eventually gets that way.
Yeah.
There was one little snippet of interesting stuff that happens in this episode during this time, besides the, you know, verklempt of Cara and Quill.
Yeah.
And that is Mando and Cara are arm wrestling, and Cara almost like... Mando's like, "Arr!" And she's like, "I'll get you, Mando." Like, and she says it aggressively, but like Baby Yoda's like, "I don't think so," and force chokes her.
Force chokes.
And he's like, "No, she's my friend." And Mando's like, "No, she's my friend."
Yeah.
And but still, like like Baby Yoda's like legit like, "No," you know,
scowling.
Yeah, it was interesting. But I don't know. I didn't think that was
definitely. It definitely saw that Baby Yoda has imprinted onto the Mando.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, like, child to parent type of mentality there. Like, you know, reaction, almost like, you know, like how a pet would protect an owner, too. Like a guard dog is very nice to an owner, but anybody else, it's not until the owner says, okay.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I thought that was funny, and her reaction to it, like, that's not okay.
Yeah.
You know, was great, because
and in fact, that it's interesting that it's instinctual on Baby Yoda's part.
Yeah.
Like, how would you?
Right.
I mean, I guess it's just like pressure here. You just put pressure on the outside here.
Right.
It wasn't like anything inside. So yeah, they end up going back to Navarro, and they meet Grief Karga at his coordinates, and they come out, and he's like, "Oh, you brought friends," and he's like, "Yep." And so, I mean, they talk back and forth and banter a little bit, but you know, all in all, they end up going and making their way with the child to the town, to the town.
Yep.
But for whatever reason, it's since the Mando did his thing, Imperials have come back to the town and taken over. So they have to, they have to land way far away and travel by foot to sneak in. So because of that, they have to stay overnight. And so
they camp out.
Yeah, so they camp out overnight and get attacked by like bird lizards, these huge bird lizards that like kill one of the blurgs.
Right.
And end up taking away one of the bounty hunters.
Yeah, and they seem relatively like very hard to kill.
Yeah,
like,
and it also hurts. It like really hurts Grief Karga on his arm.
Yeah.
So we have another scene of Baby Yoda doing his thing.
Yeah, he force heals him.
And he force heals him. Yeah, and he force heals him literally the day before The Rise of Skywalker comes out.
Yeah.
And then makes force healing a thing in that movie too, because we're filming this after The Rise of Skywalker has come out. So
now force healing is canon.
Yes, and it's not like a spoiler thing. It's like I can literally say, hey, the thing that was in Dark Forces 1, 2, 3, Jedi Academy 2, Jedi Knight, all those video games that we played growing up, and all the canon, and all the expanded universe books I read where force healing was a thing.
Yeah.
Well, force healing is now a thing.
Right.
And I'm happy with it. Perfectly fine with it. Have no problem with it whatsoever.
And it's not like he's going around, and it's not just like it's not just like this instant whammy that heals everything that they use anytime.
And he's exhausted when he uses it.
Right.
When he uses it.
Yeah, and you can see he's like tired from it. But basically, because Baby Yoda saves Grief, we cut to the next day. And we see the company is moving closer to the town. If I remember correctly, Grief is out front.
Yeah.
Cara and Mando are like pretty much directly behind him, maybe like a stride behind him. and then the other two mercenaries are behind them a little bit, and I think Quill is off to the side
a little bit,
yeah, on his on the remaining blurg, and so Grief stops and basically stops and quick draws, and it looks like he's going to shoot Kara and the Mandalorian, but he shoots the other mercenaries that are in the background, takes them out.
Yeah.
And then he holds up his hands and says, here's what the real plan is.
Yeah, the plan was to kill you and take the baby and give it to the imp.
Yeah.
But, I got hurt and the baby healed me and I have a sense of honor.
Right.
And now I understand. He's pretty much saying, now I understand why you did what you did.
Exactly.
Still help me do help me do what we planned on doing anyway.
Yeah, let's change
which was killing the imp.
Right.
And I'll do what I said I was going to do, clear your name at the Bounty Hunter Guild and help you out. So Mando and Kara agree. They send the baby back with Quill or whatever on a blurg, and the three of them take an empty egg and they go to Werner Herzog. They end up going to Werner Herzog. The whole time, Grief Karga's like, there's only going to be 4 stormtroopers. That's all he ever really has. Okay, they're walking through they show up to the front of the town, and there's 3 stormtroopers just right there.
Yeah.
They scan Grief Karga's chit through. It's no big deal. He's leader of the Bounty Hunters Guild there at that planet. His chit is good for all day long.
Yeah.
So they let him through. They go to They go to Werner Herzog's place. And there's 4, like they said, but walking through the whole place, there's 35 stormtroopers.
Right.
So, and there's some banter about cut off the head of the snake and the rest will scatter. Okay? Yeah. So who knows if that'll work. But once they get in there, there's some kind of dialogue that's a little wishy-washy. It's kind of... It's like they're just having it to build the tension. It's obvious that the way that they wrote it is to just build the tension. It's not the same...
And it was really forced in that 1 or 2 minute scene. Mm-hmm. It was just it didn't feel... It felt like melodrama and not like a good, solid drama.
Yeah. So, Saved by the Bell, Moff Gideon calls Werner Herzog and he's going to take a call. He literally walks over to the bar, and there's a big window right there. He walks over to the bar and takes the call from Moff Gideon. And Moff Gideon's like, did you find the baby? He's like, yeah. And he's like, you sure about that? And before he can even get a word out, a laser rifle blast comes through and goes right through his chest. Yeah. And then a bunch of other ones go through and kill all the rest of the stormtroopers. Mando, Grief, and Kara hit the deck, right? And then you go outside and you see a shot from outside. There's a squad of 5 Death Squad troopers, and then there's an old ass vintage toy that they released that's now an actual thing in the show. That troop transport.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They started coming out and piling out. That was a very nice touch and the good callback. But they just start piling out, and there's a bunch of stormtroopers, 40.
Sudden, yeah, at least 30. It was now it's a unit. Mm-hmm. It's with the Death Squad, it's 35, 40 soldiers.
Yeah,
and then so they start shooting up the bar. I mean, they pretty much decimate it, but. The 4 characters that are really important are in there, or 3 characters. Mm-hmm. Well, it's Grief, Kara, mm-hmm. And Mando, right?
Yeah,
now, right?
Yeah.
So it's just those 3 are pinned down. Mm-hmm. They're Mando's trying to frantically communicate with Quill.
Yeah.
Who's
not answering for some reason.
Right.
But is frantically riding the blurg towards the Razor Crest.
They keep on cutting back.
And they cut back to IG-88 at one point, look out the window, and see him somewhat far away.
Right.
But unfortunately, at the end of this episode, it cuts to the speeder troopers. It doesn't show them do anything.
Right.
But it shows them going away, and then it goes down, and you see Quill's dead body. He's dead.
That was pretty sad.
And they did scoop up Baby Yoda.
Yep.
So Baby Yoda is no longer in Quill's possession. It's currently in possession of the Empire. Pretty ballsy way to end the episode.
Yeah, it was.
Considering that we have like 9 days until the next one, supposedly,
Right.
like if you waited, but we're doing it after the fact, so it's fine. We have to watch it like right after the fact, so it wasn't a big deal. So
we're doing
a little. We
bit.
still waited. I mean, we had to wait, but we watched
Right.
it right after to refresh.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with refreshing.
It's a mini binge.
Yeah, mini binge.
Mini binge.
So what would you give this episode?
All right, I would give this episode an 8 out of 10. It's a really good, solid episode. There's a couple little hitches there, here and there, but generally it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It really feels like Star Wars. It pumps up the drama, and I thought it was just really, really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So I guess 8.5 for both of us combined.
It's a good episode.
Good episode. Just all over good. Not perfect by any means,
Yeah.
but it still had a really good.
It picked up the pace so much more.
Yeah.
From the last really at least 2, possibly 3 episodes, where now you're starting to see the plot be fulfilled, and you're seeing the steps that they laid back in episode 1 for the overarching plot set solidly, and now like some type of resolutions has to happen.
Yeah. They were forced.
They build it up, and they've done a really good job doing that. So
Yeah, the end. I mean, the end of the show. They're pinned down. Quill's dead. Yoda's in possession of the Empire, and we don't know what's going to happen.
right.
So I guess we're going to have to wait until next time. So tune in next time to Morsel Media. I'm Mike.
Now, Matt.
So thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Let us know what else you want us to review, or if we got anything wrong, which I'm sure we did,
Yeah,
or anything else. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye. Peace out.
See you.
Bye.